words that describe my riding style?
Smooth but aggressive.
Goatee, aggressive and sketchy.
Aggressive, mainline, and sometimes smooth.
If my riding style were an animal, it would be a gazelle. I compress and float.
A tiger, fast and aggressive.
A marmot.
Go with a chamois.
Probably go with a rhino. They're big, they run fast.
I'd be a jellyfish because it goes with the flow.
A cat, it's light on the feet.
A Dalmatian or like a snow leopard.
Why I think I'll be a chamois is because I like the sort of narrow little ledges and little trails that have exposure on the side and are quite technical.
Just like them, I have very short legs and my gravity center is super low. When I ride, I try to keep my wheels always in contact with the ground, just basically like a marmot running through a field.
Snow leopard, like really aggressive, really focused on the track and what's happening, pretty fast.
Welcome to our third brand new venue of our UCI Enduro and E-enduro World Cup season. We're in the Aletsch Arena, Bellwald, the Valais region of Switzerland for another stunning location. I'm joined by the one and only Isabeau Corduria, our current UCI Enduro World Cup Series women's leader. Isabeau, thanks for joining us. Bit of a schedule change here and there's a bit of gnarly weather on the cards. How will this change the track?
I think it will definitely affect the race. There is a heavy storm predicted and it's super high alpine rough stuff we are going to race. There is some dirt, but there are a lot of rocky bits where it's gonna get super slippery. So I think it will affect a lot of the choices for the racer, especially tires, bike setting, suspension, and also a bit of mental game strategy.
That's right, mental game strategy. You have to survive the entire day's worth of racing. What will you have to change on your bike? Do you think tires will be key or more suspension?
I think it will be a bit of both, tires, bike settings like suspension, but also the approach to the race. It's really rough out there and you want to make sure you can finish in one piece, both you and your bike. So I think we will need to slightly adapt the limits, the speed, and see how we can make it a smooth way.
True story, it's going to be a hectic day. We will both be on the starting line come Sunday, and with the unpredictable weather conditions, anything can happen, but one thing is for certain, the racing will be as amazing as ever. Let's check out what our athletes have in store now.
From rollout, riders will get onto a gondola before pedaling up to stage 1 at over 2,600 meters of vertical altitude. This will be a factor in this physical, demanding test. From stage 1, there is a long physical liaison all the way to stage 2, which is a complete contrast to stage 1. Long, fast, and rough. Stage 2 is a technical treat. From stage 2, riders liaise across the valley to stage 3, which is a natural and raw trail. Plenty of loam, plenty of corners, which brings our riders down to their first Taz stop. From the Taz, there is a liaison up to 2 chairlifts. That will bring riders to the highest point of our race and into our longest stage of the day. Stage 4, Bellwald, 7.12 kilometers in length. Stage 5 is fast, it's straight, and it is high speed, and it brings our riders back down to our event village to finish the day. After earlier storms in the week, the sun greeted the riders come race day here in the Aletsch Arena. Stage 1, starting at almost 2,600 meters of altitude, had plenty of rocks, plenty of climbs to test our elite athletes. Melanie Pujan started the day strong, taking 3rd place on the first stage of the day. Just ahead of the previous race champion, Morgan Shah, who managed 4th.
Go, 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 go.
Our reigning overall champion, Isabeau Corduria, struggled on the first physical stage, taking 5th place, 52 seconds behind. It was a British 1-2. Ella Connolly took on the massive stage and finished in 2nd. And Harriet Harnden, well known for shining in the demanding and physical stages, lives up to those expectations and takes the first stage win of the day with almost a 25-second lead.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
Over a minute separates our top 10, with Bex Barona sneaking in and sitting in 10th position. Isabeau Corduria has some time to make up for another win as she sits 52 seconds behind in 5th place after stage 1.
Oh my god, the best time of the day. Stage 1 is done. What a hard stage.
Savage. I honestly not sure if we did more up than down.
Awful. So insanely tough. And I feel like I don't have the grit in me anymore to push myself like that on this kind of stage. So I basically just like tried to reach the bottom, and now I'm looking forward to more technical stage.
In our elite men's category, it was a similar story. Our elite athletes struggled to start the day with an almost 10-minute long roller coaster ride of a stage. Jesse Melamed attacked and took 6th place on the same second as his Canyon Collective companion, Jack Menzies, in 5th. Charlie Murray piloting a new, shorter travel Specialized rode to 4th. In 3rd place, we have current overall championship leader, Richie Rude. In 2nd, we have YT Mob's Jack Moyer. And over 11 seconds in the lead is Sławomir Łukasik, who takes the first stage win here in Aletsch Arena. Canadian Elliot Jameson sits in 8th place, followed by Commensal's Louis Jondel. Richie Rude would need to find some speed as he sits 12 seconds behind in 3rd.
That's the toughest stage I've ever done. I sort of blew off a bit. Absolutely horrendous. You alive, Menzies? Man, I underestimated the altitude. Like, legs felt good, but my lungs were just tapped right out.
Alpine Rodeo, our second stage of the day, was one of the shortest at just under 3 kilometers long, but almost 500 meters of descending. After a long liaison from the bottom of stage 1, our elite athletes would have to hold on to another rocky and testing stage. Recent UCI Downhill World Cup podium finisher Anna Newkirk takes a 5th place on stage 2 at her first ever UCI Enduro World Cup. Just ahead of Newkirk is Noga Karim, who takes 4th. Harriet Harnden slides back and takes 7th place on this short and punchy stage. Despite struggling, Shah bests her stage 1 result and takes 3rd place, followed by a re-energized Isabeau Corduria, who takes 2nd, just 2.3 seconds back. Our second stage win of the day goes to Ella Connolly. Harriet Harnden's early lead after stage 1 is in trouble. Ella Connolly now sits under 6 seconds back, followed by the Frenchwoman Melanie Poujan. Corduria is 35 seconds behind in 4th place.
Just about halfway down, just came over a little crest, slightly to one side, and just caught a rock on the backside and just flipped straight over. So we're just going to straighten up the bars, get back to breathing, and should be good.
It was quite savage, like so many rocks everywhere, and we could hear the wheels banging, and I was like, no, like just keep it smooth. So it was a mixed feeling in between wanting to push, but also like being smooth and kind of save me and save my bike.
After a podium on his first appearance at the UCI Enduro World Cup in Combloux, Luke Meyer-Smith would crash out on stage 2. Despite a tumble at the bottom of stage 1 that left him choosing between a battery for his derailleur or his seat post, Reese Werner comes back fighting, taking 6th place on the second stage of the day. Just behind Martin Mays, who grabs 5th. Charlie Murray shows his consistency and takes another respectable 4th. Reducing his lead, Sławomir Łukasik takes 3rd place over 9 seconds back. Keeping with the theme of consistency, Jack Moyer takes another 2nd. But it would be Richie Rude that would come back swinging as he takes his 2nd stage win of the day. Like Harnden, Wukasik's lead has been slashed. He sits over 3.5 seconds ahead of teammate Rude, who overtakes Moyer for 2nd place. Melamed makes the move up to the top 5 and now sits in 5th.
I lost a bit the foot of the pedal. It's pretty rare from my part in this kind of trail, but yeah, I don't know if I have to check some setting about the shock or something like this. But yeah, strange. But now it's another stage, so it will be good.
Stage 3 would take no prisoners. 700 meters of descending over 4 kilometers in length. It is not for the faint of heart. Plenty of roots, fresh loam and vertical drop would greet our elite athletes. Melanie Poujan takes 4th ahead of Morgan Shah in 5th. Connolly grabs 3rd place. Just short of another stage win, Harriet Harnden takes 2nd. Another mix-up in the women's category as yet another stage winner is crowned. Isabeau Corduria takes the win by 6.5 seconds. Harriet Harnden keeps hold of her lead with Connolly just over 6 seconds back. Isabeau Corduria now overtakes Poujan and sits in 3rd place, 28 seconds off the leading pace. Anna Newkirk and Estelle Charles round out the top 10.
Yeah, I had it over the bars on stage 2 and then again on stage 3, so I'm not really sure how I'm doing, but I'm hanging on in there.
I'm just gonna try to give it all and see how much it will put me in the overall, and that's it.
The tactic is always flat out, like you can't really hold back. Yeah, I want to keep pushing towards the front, so full gas.
Jessie Melamed would ride a hectic 3rd stage, taking 5th. Not ever to be counted out of the fight, in 4th place is Richie Rude. Alex Rudeau would enter the top 5 for the first time of the race and take 3rd. Sławomir Wilkasik is 7.5 seconds off the pace on the 3rd stage and takes 2nd. Upsetting the Yeti Fox streak, Jack Moyer takes the win on stage 3. Wilkasik loses his lead as a fiery Jack Moyer takes the top spot, just over a second ahead. Richie Rude is in 3rd place, almost 6 seconds back, followed by Charlie Murray in 4th. Now in 5th, Jessie Melamed is 28 seconds back.
Stage 3 was absolute, it's like send fest through all the rocks, and yeah, put some shape into the wheel, but yeah, everything's been good so far. I had a little slip up on stage 3, but man, Jack still put a bunch of time into us.
Pretty smoked, just trying to recharge with my croissant. And then we've got 2 more to go, and the next one, actually the next 2 are super physical as well. So it's just a big, hot day at high altitude. So I think it's gonna be survival of the fittest today.
Join us after the break to see all the action and how it went down on the final stages. Welcome back. Before we jump back into all the action from the final stages here in the Aletsch Arena, we caught up with Jessie Melamed to chat about his 2024 campaign.
I think to the outside viewer, they obviously don't see everything that goes on. I think I came into the season really at like a high level. I was ready to not dominate, but I was ready to be right where I was. And barring a crash in finale, I think I would have been on the podium first race. That would have been a perfect start. And then we had all these things happen. Our bikes got stolen, that set me back. I had a sickness, that set me back for Leo Gang, and I've had all these setbacks, and you can't be fighting at the top if you have all these setbacks. And so everyone else has kind of just been building, and I've had these little step backs, and so that's just how it goes sometimes, It's hard because I put a lot of pressure on myself. I expect a lot out of myself. I want nothing but winning. I calmed it down for the really technical sections, which at that race I hadn't done in the previous stages. And so yeah, I won that stage, and that was great proof of the speed is there, obviously. To my standards, it's not where I want to be, but I've had 2 6ths and a 5th, and I'm tied for 5th overall, so really not that bad. I'm never complacent. I never let things be good enough. You can look at the results and say, okay, he's happy with his team, he's making a lot of money, he's checked out, but I didn't get to where I am by checking out ever. So no, I'm trying as hard as I ever have. Obviously, with the way my season's going, that is now a pretty big focus. I think I would like to do very well at that race. I think a World Cup overall is harder to get, and I think should be valued higher. But a World Champs is kind of undeniable, and you get to wear the jersey, and it's pretty special. I'll try hard every race. I want that final, and I want the World Champs. So as of now, I'm going to try 100% with both of those.
The longest stage of the day loomed over our elite athletes. With over 7 kilometers and almost 900 vertical meters of descending, Lord of the Rims Stage 4 awaited. Poujan keeps her name in the running and takes 5th place behind Morgan Shah, who took 4th. Ella Connolly held on during this monster stage and takes third. Determined to fend off the Harnden rain, Couturier grabs second. But Harnden would once again prove her dominance on the long stages and takes another stage victory. Heading into the final stage of the day, Harnden extends her lead to over 20 seconds from Connolly, who sits in second. Couturier can't bridge the gap and stays in third place, 38 seconds back. Pujan and Shah are a mere half a second apart in fourth and fifth. Jesse Melamed ended the stage head over heels. He takes his first stage result outside of the top 10 today in 14th. Canada's Elliot Jameson takes his first top 5 result, 4th place on the penultimate stage of the day. The Eddie Fox battle continues across countries as Ruud takes 3rd place behind Sławomir Łukasz in 2nd. But it would be Jack Moyer who would take his 3rd stage win of the day. With just one stage to go, here is how our overall is looking. Jack Moyer is the rider to beat. He sits in first position by over 8.5 seconds ahead of Sławomir Łukasz, followed by Richie Ruud in 3rd and Charlie Murray in 4th. As a massive day in the mountains takes its toll on even our most experienced athletes, one stage remained. One stage to solidify their position and to gain the precious points needed for the looming overall title. The pressure was on.
Oh man, pretty cooked day. Been a gnarly day.
Actually kind of most nervous about like this, literally the first like 20 meters, but yeah, after that it should be a lot of fun.
I'm a bit tired, so I'll try to stay focused and avoid doing too many mistakes.
The whole stage is chunky, so it'll be good. Yeah, excited to get down.
With her podium place threatened by Couturier, Connolly rode with a fire in her belly despite the huge day. She takes home 4th on the final stage. Encouraged by the Swiss crowds gathering at the finish and with an eye on the overall championship, Couturier fought down the final stage to cross the line and take the stage win. Harnden was the last to drop on the final stage. Any mistake would be costly to her win. She crosses the line almost 8.5 seconds behind Couturier in 2nd place. After an epic day of racing, the final results are in. Morgan Shah takes home 5th, just behind Melanie Pujan in 4th. Our podium has Isabeau Couturier in 3rd, just followed by Ella Connolly in 2nd. But it would be Harriet Harnden that would take home gold here in the Swiss Alps for her 2nd victory of the season.
It was a bit rough for me, especially the first one. I was so far away and really had to climb back up during the day. I'm super happy I can end up so close to 2nd in 3rd. And it was also a big goal for me this season to reach 55 podiums in my career, and I made it today, so I'm just super happy. And really through the day I was like, you need to fight for this podium, you need to fight for this one. Just make sure you can do it ahead of Flou d'Anvielle. So yeah, I'm really happy about the day.
I'm absolutely stoked. It was an insane day out, like so physical. Altitude, rocks everywhere. I was just trying to hold on, and it's my first ever 2nd place, which is kind of cool. I've broken the curse of the 3rd place, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
I can't believe I actually put it together, like a lot of mistakes, but yeah, obviously still was really good. But yeah, like one more race left and the overall's super tight, so it's going to be really exciting.
In the overall championship, Isabeau Couturier keeps her lead, but it's tight. Harriet Harnden is under 100 points behind her in 2nd. Connolly returns to 3rd place, with Shah moving up to 4th. The overall results will now be down to the wire in Flou d'Anvielle, Périgueux. The final stage of the day brought another new face to the top 5. Simplon Trailblazers Tarmo Renainen takes a 4th place. After his crash on stage 4, Jesse Melamed drops into the final stage knowing there is work to be done. He crosses the line and takes 5th place on stage 5. The Yeti Fox battle would be taken to the final stage. Łukasz rode with all the precision he could afford after 4 stages of smashing through the mountains. He takes 3rd on the final stage. Richie Ruud would come out victorious in this battle, charging to the line to be greeted by an excitable Swiss crowd. He takes 2nd place on the stage. But there was no stopping Jack Moyer. The pressure of being the final rider to drop was no match to Moyer's confidence. He crosses the line and takes the final stage win of the day. And our overall results in the elite men's category looks like this. Charlie Murray rides a consistent day and takes home 4th ahead of Martin Mays in 5th. Richie Rude takes an unusual but hard-fought third place with his teammate Sławomir Łukasz in second. But 14 seconds in the lead, taking his first top podium spot of the year, is Jack Moyer.
I feel like I didn't perform that great on stages 1 and then like stage 4 as well. Like I don't know, my legs didn't feel like they were there, but when it went downhill in stage 2, I just felt like I was on it, and yeah, it was a tough day for sure. Like I wanted to be up there and I wanted to win, and I definitely had the confidence to do that, but yeah, struggled a bit to kind of like find the pace on 1 and 4, and that's kind of where like the time came from. And yeah, Jack was just on it.
It was a really hard day, and like after the stage 1, I realized like it's gonna be really painful and hard. So I tried to push really hard and keep like the speed and smooth on the every stage, and it's worked. So I'm so happy about that second place.
I was just pumped to be fighting for a win again, man, and it feels so good to like give back to the mob, YT mob, for like just sticking by me through 2 years. Like when you sign with a new team after winning, you want to just win straight away, and like to have 2 years of struggles, like haven't even been on the podium. Before this, dude, I'd get on the podium or win every weekend, like, and then 2 years of not doing that, it's like, it's hard, and they've always like had my back through the whole thing, so it felt amazing to give one back for all the hard work everyone does in the team.
Richie Rude keeps the top spot in our Elite Men's Overall Championship, followed by teammate Sławomir Łukasz. Charlie Murray is in third place with Rudeau in fourth. But the standings are anything but settled. With 1 round to go, anything could happen.
Wow, it has been an absolute huge day of racing, and while I go from one hat to the other, I congratulate the 2 winners here, Hattie Harnden on your second victory this season, and Jack Moyer back on top of the box. Great to see it.
Thank you, brother. Too long between drinks.
Too long between drinks, but it's great to see. We're off for a summer break, and we will catch you for our UCI Enduro and E-enduro World Cup finals in Ludonville, Périgueux. Cannot wait to see it. Love your work, and we'll see you trackside.
Ciao.